What made the Titanic such an iconic ship even before it embarked on its ill-fated maiden voyage? Well, the birth of Titanic was a testament to human ambition and technological prowess. Conceived in the bustling shipyards of Harland and Wolff in Belfast, the Titanic was a marvel of early 20th century engineering. This colossal vessel was not only the largest ship in the world at the time, but it was also the most luxurious. Every inch of the ship, from its state-of-the-art engine rooms to its opulent first-class quarters, was a display of unmatched grandeur and innovation. The shipbuilders had one aim: to create an unsinkable ship, a beacon of safety and comfort on the high seas. The Titanic was more than just a ship, it was a symbol of human achievement and a promise of a new era in transatlantic travel. The Titanic, with all its grandeur and promise, set sail on April 10, 1912, unaware of the grim fate that awaited. Who were the people that embarked on this voyage, trusting their lives to the unsinkable ship? The Titanic was a microcosm of society in the early 20th century, with passengers ranging from the wealthiest elite to hopeful immigrants seeking a new life in America. First-class passengers included some of the era's most notable figures, like John Jacob Astor, the wealthiest man on board, and fashion designer, Lady Duff Gordon. Their opulent surroundings were a testament to the grandeur of the age. In stark contrast, the third-class passengers were largely immigrants, filled with hope and dreams for a better future. One such passenger was Margaret Murphy, a 28-year-old Irish woman heading to America to start a new life. In between, the second-class passengers were mainly professionals and middle-class families, often overlooked in Titanic's narrative, yet they too had their stories and dreams. On April 14, 1912, the Titanic hit an iceberg, initiating a series of events that led to one of the greatest maritime disasters. What exactly happened on that fateful night? How did the unsinkable ship meet its end? It's the evening of April 14, 1912. The Titanic, a marvel of human ingenuity, was sailing through the icy Atlantic waters. The ship's crew was alerted to the presence of icebergs, but the warnings were not heeded with the urgency they deserved. The ship's speed, coupled with the inability to spot the iceberg in time, led to a catastrophic collision. The iceberg scraped along the Titanic's side, causing the ship's hull plates to buckle inwards along her starboard side and opening 5 of her 16 watertight compartments to the sea. The unsinkable ship was designed to stay afloat with only 4 compartments breached, a fatal miscalculation. The conditions of the night played a significant role. The sea was unusually calm, making it harder to spot icebergs without the telltale waves breaking at their base. In less than 3 hours, the Titanic sank, leaving over 2,200 people in the frigid Atlantic waters. In the wake of the tragedy, how did the world respond? What was done to save the survivors? The sinking of the Titanic sent shockwaves around the globe, triggering an immediate response. The closest ship to the scene of the disaster was the RMS Carpathia, which had received the Titanic's distress calls. The Carpathia, in a heroic act of maritime solidarity, raced through the icy waters at full speed, arriving around 4 hours after the Titanic had sunk. The crew of the Carpathia worked tirelessly, pulling over 700 survivors from the lifeboats scattered across the freezing ocean. It was an effort that would later earn Captain Arthur Rostron and his crew the gratitude of a stunned world and a place in maritime history. But the Carpathia wasn't alone in its rescue efforts. Other ships like the Californian and the Mount Temple also responded, although they arrived much later and found only the chilling remnants of the disaster. In the aftermath, the world sought answers. 2 major inquiries were launched, one by the United States Senate and another by the British Board of Trade. These investigations rigorously examined the circumstances of the tragedy, revealing a series of unfortunate decisions and failures that had contributed to the disaster. These inquiries also highlighted the stark inadequacies in maritime safety regulations at the time. The collective shock and grief that followed the Titanic's sinking spurred changes in maritime law. The first International Convention for Safety of Life at Sea was held in London in 1913, leading to the establishment of the International Ice Patrol. This organization was tasked with monitoring icebergs to prevent a repeat of the Titanic disaster. Furthermore, regulations were put in place to ensure that ships carried sufficient lifeboats for all passengers and crew, and that wireless communication equipment was manned around the clock. The Titanic's sinking left an indelible mark on maritime history, leading to significant changes in safety regulations. The lessons learned from this tragedy continue to shape maritime safety protocols to this day, ensuring that the Titanic's legacy is not only one of disaster but also of lasting change. How has the Titanic's story been remembered and retold over the years? The Titanic's legacy is as deep and expansive as the ocean where it rests. Its discovery in 1985 was a monumental triumph in deep-sea exploration. The wreckage, located over 2 miles beneath the Atlantic's icy surface, offered a hauntingly beautiful glimpse into the past. Since then, various expeditions have ventured to the site, each one contributing to our understanding of that fateful night. The Titanic's story has permeated popular culture, leaving an indelible mark on our collective consciousness. From the heart-wrenching narrative in James Cameron's blockbuster film to countless books and songs, the Titanic's tale continues to inspire and captivate. Its tragic end, a potent blend of historical fact and romantic fiction, has become a cultural touchstone, a symbol of human hubris in the face of nature's might. The Titanic's legacy has also been woven with threads of conspiracy and myth. Some theories suggest the ship's sinking was not an accident but a premeditated act. Others argue that the ship that sank was not the Titanic, but its sister ship, the Olympic. While these theories lack concrete evidence, they add an intriguing layer to the Titanic's narrative, inviting us to question the accepted version of events. Titanic museums and exhibitions around the world further amplify the ship's legacy. These institutions house an array of artifacts from personal belongings to pieces of the ship itself, each one a poignant testament to the lives lost and the stories left untold. Visitors are given a glimpse into the world of the Titanic, a world of luxury, ambition, and ultimately, disaster. Over the years, the Titanic's story has evolved from a maritime disaster to a cultural phenomenon. It's a tale that underscores the fragility of human life, the limits of technological progress, and the enduring power of storytelling. The Titanic's legacy, much like the ship itself, is a construct of steel and dreams, a story of ambition, tragedy, and enduring fascination. Over a century later, the Titanic continues to captivate us, a stark reminder of human ambition and the unpredictable power of nature. So, what have we learned from the story of the Titanic? We've journeyed through the birth of the Titanic, a marvel of technology and design for its time. We've met the passengers, from the high society elite to immigrants seeking a new life, all aboard for the ship's ill-fated maiden voyage. We've examined the iceberg collision that led to the sinking, exploring theories of human error and challenging conditions. In the aftermath, we've delved into the rescue and survival efforts, the heroic ships that came to the aid of survivors, and the deep-sea expeditions that discovered the Titanic's resting place. We've looked at how the Titanic's tragic tale has permeated popular culture, inspiring countless movies, books and songs, and even fueled conspiracy theories. We've also debunked myths and visited museums dedicated to preserving the Titanic's legacy. The Titanic's story remains a fascinating study of human ambition, tragedy, and the enduring power of stories.